It's Paul, Mr. Gay World, here from the Liver Building on the pink carpet in Liverpool, and I am joined by...
I'm Edward Scott.
Now, Edward, you're here at the Queer Student Awards 2025, and you've been shortlisted in a finalist category. Can you tell us a little bit about that category you're in?
So it's a great privilege to have been nominated as Educational Role Model of the Year. That's mostly due to the fact that when I started at my current school about 4 years ago, there was an already existing pride club within our school. And the lovely young trans woman who had started that club, she invited me to come and help run it. Sadly, she then moved on very quickly thereafter, so I sort of inherited these fantastic young people living just beautiful lives. Like, I don't want to assume your age, but when I was a kid...
Young, so young.
So young, definitely, I can tell.
I like you, yes. Yeah. We were born in the noughties. Yeah.
So Section 28 was in full force when I was at school, and so we were invisible, we didn't exist. Whereas now, there is a space for young queer people to live their lives authentically and hopefully safely, and have visibility, but most importantly of all, have community. And the idea that they might have the support to have a queer community in their school life, even just safe spaces where they know that they can be fully themselves. And wherever they are on their journey, if they're not out, they know that they have a safe space to be with community. If they are out, they have a space to help support those younger members of the community. And that's the thing, the mutual support, I think, is something that was very much absent when we were younger. And
well, I think the we, he means him. But I'm joking. Yeah, I lived through Section 28 as well. But you talk about, the safe spaces as if it's a given. Yeah. And my day job as I work with trans youth, it isn't a given, and that's why you're here. Is because you're given that safe space, and it is really important. So you should be proud of yourself. What would be your message to other secondary schools, colleges about creating the sort of safe spaces that you have?
So, for the first time in my life, I feel like LGBTQ rights are on the back foot. It feels like with all of the narrative in the media in the last 5 to 10 years, it feels like suddenly things are moving backwards, and that creating a safe space for our young people, it's not just about helping them discover who they are. For some of these kids, it's keeping them alive. It's keeping them from being traumatized and victimized for something that is totally beyond their control. Like the narrative of choice. Surely we should move beyond this narrative that we have chosen to lead these lives. Like, for me, if I could have chosen to lead a life that didn't have the kind of intolerance and victimization that I had to live through, of course I wouldn't have chosen that. The idea that is still a narrative that's being aired, especially when it comes to trans kids, like the lack of support for young trans people, it just guts me every time it happens. And it feels like, because of the narrative of powerful people, dog whistling certain very, very marginalised members of our community, it creates a feedback loop where life gets worse. And not only does it get worse for that one part of our community, but when you start kicking one brick out of a wall, the entire wall starts to crumble. Yeah. And I see already the uptick in negative language, in moving backwards. Like, some of the words that are getting used again now, I haven't heard in 20, 30 years. And it's so distressing. Like, with young people, it's not them. It's the environment that they're being brought up in. And the fact that people are still normalizing that kind of language where certain members of our community are being ostracized and made to feel like they're not worthy, when we're all just human beings doing the best we possibly can. Yeah?
And you're a pretty special human being here shortlisted. You should be very proud of yourself. Best of luck tonight. Okay,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.